So basically, I mean, what we're seeing now is what I would call atypical. And you have entities out there that like to try and dig up dirt on anyone that tries to buck the system. I mean, that's what they do. They try to make you look crazy. They try to say, oh, you're a drug addict 6 years ago, so you don't deserve to have your kids today. Oh, you've been arrested for domestic violence even though you're 80 pounds and you didn't have a victim. You know, and they take away from the focus.
Now that's with Amelia, right?
Yes. They charged Amelia with domestic violence 6 months prior to this incident happening. And I guess, you know, we have those people out there in a glass house that like to try and say, well, she was arrested for domestic violence, therefore she's an unfit mother. What the media is failing to tell you is that Amelia was loaded with prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Amelia was having a mental breakdown from the side effects of those drugs that we call legal today.
Because of Kansas.
Yes, and so it makes me sick and disgusted when I see these people out here going, well, he shouldn't have his kids, or he's not a veteran. You know, we had to prove that Raymond was a veteran. All of these people are doing is simply taking the focus. You want to call Raymond a liar? Call Raymond a liar. You want to call Amelia a criminal because she got arrested for domestic violence, having a complete meltdown from the side effects of the pharmaceuticals? Do so. But all you're doing is empowering the criminals who are kidnapping our children. Because let me tell you something. You can call Raymond Schwab a liar all you want. You can discredit him. You can bring up his past from 25 years ago. I really don't care. The bottom line is this. Hundreds of thousands of people are not liars. Okay? Doesn't happen. DCF is stealing our kids for money. It is legalized human trafficking. So if you want to pick one father apart who chose to stand up and execute his rights as a citizen of this country, you can do that all day long, Associated Press. You can do that all day long, advocates that call yourselves advocates while you're out there destroying the very mission that we have. Because this isn't about Raymond and Amelia Schwab. This is about DCF, CPS, destroying our families. And it's not justified. So if you think that a domestic violence charge is justifiable 6 months prior to removing their children is okay, you need your head examined. That's what I think. It's not okay. Now, if you haven't figured out that we have a serious problem with criminal justice and the fact that we need to reform the entire thing, you need your head examined. If you think that these people are not going to prison facing long sentences for ridiculousness, then you need to wake up and you need to get on Google and quit listening to the TV. I mean, that's the bottom line. Get up off your butts and go sit in a courtroom. You want to see unjustness? Go sit in a courtroom. Because I've been doing it now for 3 years, and what I'm seeing is disgusting. And I'm not going to sit back and say nothing about it. Raymond has never once stated he's a person of perfection. Neither has Amelia. No one has ever said that. We all have our past. We all have things we're not proud of. So are you telling me that the grandmother that was accused of hitting a cop 25 years ago and is absolutely not a viable placement for her grandchildren? Because if you do, I'm going to tell you again, you need your head examined. The bottom line is this. This fight is not about one family. This fight is not about 5 children. This fight is about all of our families by the hundreds of thousands. And for those of us that know that, we discredit the ones who are trying to discredit this family who has taken the stand that so many should have already done before this. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I don't judge people for their past, I judge people for their present. And in the present day, Raymond and Amelia Schwab, like hundreds of thousands of others, have had their children removed, and it's kidnapping. It's kids for cash. It's legalized human trafficking at the expense of our future, and it's not acceptable today, tomorrow, or ever. And I'm going to keep fighting.